right. All righty, everybody. I would like to welcome y'all to day 3 of our Blender class. I hope y'all had a fabulous, fabulous weekend. You know what I'm saying? Today we're going to start working on building this beautiful trophy that you see on my screen. All right. So I'm going to try to well, we're going to go step by step. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate. You know what I'm saying? Please ask. You know what I'm saying? So, if without further ado, if you can open up your Blender applications, make sure you are on a new page. If you have okay, so if you have the cube in the middle of your page and the light and the camera, what I want you to do first is click your mouse in an empty area on the screen just to make sure you don't have nothing highlighted and hit the A button. The A button will select everything in that screen. Then after that, hit the delete button. All right, so once again, that is click in the empty area, then hit A to select everything, then hit delete to delete it all. Or you can hit X and then a menu will come up that says delete, okay, and you can click that. But yeah, delete. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to bring in an object to work with. So instead of working with a cube, like we all have been seeing us work with over the past couple of days, we're going to start out with a cylinder. So what I want you to do is I want you to hold the shift button and hit A. And as long as you're holding it, well, once you hit that, you're going to see a menu come up, the add menu. So you're going to put your mouse on mesh and then you're going to go over and go down and select cylinder. I'll give you a moment to do that. If you have any questions or have any difficulties, let me know. All right, seems like we're all good. All right, so in order to start doing this trophy, we have to think about proportion of a trophy from the cup to the stem to the base, right? So we want to look at this from an orthographic view of just the front face. So on your number pad, I want you to hit 1 to get a front face. Also, I'm about to put some documentation into the chat. This is a keyboard shortcut list. Hold on one moment. Let me save that. Give me one pictures, screenshot. No, so screenshot. Yep, 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 yep. Let's see, where's that at? Screenshot. See here, I am. This is going to be over in the chat. Upload file. See pictures. Where's the next screenshot? All right, so in the chat, you should see a shortcut list. In order to download it, just click on it and then right click to save image. And you can save that image. So, for those of you who are just joining us, we are about to start modeling this cube. Make sure you have your Blender open. Once your Blender is open, you will hit A to highlight everything in the scene and then hit delete to delete everything. And after you do that, hold shift, hit A, and go over to mesh and bring in a cylinder. After you bring in the cylinder, make sure you hit 1 on your number pad to go into the orthographic view of the front face. All right, so
Is there a way to get to that view without the number pad? A long
uh,
version?
I believe so. If you hold, let's see, trying to think, give me one moment. Okay, so if you hold Alt, are you on the Mac or PC?
A PC.
All right, so if you hold the Alt button, right, remember that the red button, I mean the red line represents the X plane. The green one represents the Y, so that way you know you're looking at it correctly. You will hold the Alt button and you will you'll hold the middle mouse wheel of your mouse, and you'll just move your mouse either to the left or to the right. If you move it to the right, you'll move the cube counterclockwise. If you move it to the left, you'll move the cube clockwise.
Can't you just hit the negative Y in the little, the directional menu with the Z X, the green Y up in the top right hand corner?
You sure can. Oh, you know what?
Yes,
I love you. I love you. See, 'cause you know me. I am somewhat of a shortcut person.
the
Yes,
negative one.
Jackie, please let me.
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. Just...
No, 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 no. You're not. No, you are
Thank
not.
you.
You are going a. So, like Jackie just said, you'll go into your orthographic view over here by hitting this button here, and then you can use your axis up here to switch on those views. Did it work for you, Blue?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Good deal. All right. Okay, so if we're looking at it from the front view, we want to make sure that we scale this proportionately. So what we're going to, in order to scale, you're going to hit S, but you'll notice that when you hit S, it scales the entire thing. But we just want to scale on the Z axis up and down. So if you're scaling, make sure you hit right click to scale, to reset it back to where it was. And if you already hit the left click and made it bigger, just undo to get it back to its correct size. All right, so what we want to do is we want to scale on the Z axis. So we're going to hit S, then we're going to hit Z to scale on the Z axis. And we're going to scale it up, yeah, roughly about, what's that, about four of those squares. So, yeah, it's about right there.
Hey, Kipp.
Uh-huh.
When I hit S and Z, it doesn't do what you do. I get a weird menu.
Do you have the cylinder highlighted? Make sure you click on the cylinder to make sure it's highlighted. You want to make sure you got that gold um selection box around it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Remember, anytime you do something to an object, make sure you have it selected. You can either select it by clicking on it directly in the screen, or you can select it over here from the scene collection menu. But if you select it from the scene collection menu, make sure you bring your mouse back to the viewport, because if you try to do anything while your mouse is still in this area, your keys won't work either. So make sure you have your mouse in the 3D viewport. Alrighty. Any questions so far? Anybody having any difficulties getting it to this point? All right, good deal. Okay, so now at this point, we're going to go into a different mode. We're going to go into edit mode. So remember, you can go into edit mode by either hitting the tab button, or you can go up here to the actual mode up here and switch from object mode to edit mode. So we all need to be in edit mode. All right, so we're all in edit mode. Okie dokie. So you can click anywhere on the screen to deselect all of those, little buttons and stuff, but make sure you're still in the front face. So now what we want to do is what Jackie taught us about last week, which was edge loop cuts. You want to do loop cuts. So in order to do a loop cut, you'll hold Control and you'll tap R, and you'll see a yellow line there. Don't click on anything after you put the line there. Just let it stay there. So this is an edge loop. An edge loop is used to divide sections. You can, if you scroll up and down on your mouse wheel, you can put as many edge loops in something as you want. This comes in handy when you're building buildings and you want to make walls. If you want to lay out a cube and do a floor plan, you can do a floor plan by adding edge loops. Loop cuts into your cube, looking at it from a top face. Which also by the end of this course we're gonna do that as well. We're gonna build like a little room, you know what I'm saying, with a couple little lights, some windows, door, all of that good little stuff. All right. So if you have your edge loop there, now you're gonna left click. Left clicking doesn't lock it in place, but lets you apply the loop cut to be able to move it. You can move the loop cut up and down. All right, depending on where you have a loop cut at, it's up and down, left and right. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our edge loop where we think our cup should start to curve at, which will probably be about right. Let's do it about right here. And to lock it in, left click again. Now, just to let you know, I'm gonna do this over again. If you're moving your loop cut, right, and you're too far up or something like that, if you right click, it puts it back in the center, but it locks it in. So keep that in mind, and then you'll have to undo to remove it in order to add another edge loop, another loop cut back. All right, so let's lock this
That's
cut
just
in.
stupid as hell.
Any questions so far? Anyone stuck on this portion or need a little help or anything? Be ready to answer a question for me.
Yeah, I'm a little stuck. Wait a minute. I'm trying to do it again. Control R. And then left click.
Well, since nobody's asking a question now, if I make a mistake and drop my loop cut at the wrong place, can I select it, hit G to grab it, then move it wherever I need to put it?
Yes and no. If you okay, let me show you that, right. So say for instance I put a loop cut in here, right, and then I accidentally put it right here and I don't want it there. If I hit G, it's gonna move the entire thing around. What I would have to do is I would have to hit G and hit the axis that I want to move it on, like Z. Then I could move it up and down. So you can do it. Just make sure that you're moving it on the correct axis. And Lena, okay. So make sure, Lena, that when you have that your mouse is right by the object that you want to put a loop.
I think I got it now. I think I'm there.
Good deal. All right.
Mine just don't look yellow. It's like an orange color or something.
Well, yeah, different screens will display these cuts differently. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Your screen may be darker or lighter. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, but it's somewhere in that yellowish gold tint. Now, true enough, when you first apply the loop cut, it's yellow when you're going to select it. But once you actually lock it in, it turns orange.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, so now we want to apply another loop cut. So this loop cut we want to do for the base. So we're going to go between that first loop cut and the base, add another loop cut. And now we're going to go down here towards the base. And lock it in.
Hey, Kip, when I'm trying to put the second one in,
Mhm.
it will only go in a specific place. It will not let me go down far for
Okay,
some
so
reason.
after you click on it, when it's yellow, click again, and it should allow you to move it.
I'm trying that. Mm-mm.
All right, so undo real quick until you only have just that one edge loop there. Let me know when you're there.
Yep, I got the original one. Yep.
All right, so now between that edge loop you made in the bottom, you're
Yep.
going to hit Control R for your loop cut, and you're going to see it
Yep.
pop up. All
Yep.
right, and now click to lock it in, and now move it. Try to move it down.
Okay. At
Good
the
deal.
same time, I see. Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna add two more loop cuts, right? So the first loop cut we're gonna place a little bit below the one in the middle, because this where we want our curve to somewhat end at for our cup. You know what I'm saying, and then the fourth loop cut will be a little
Okay.
bit above the base loop cut of where we want the other curve to end at. So your loop cuts should look similar to mine.
Okay.
Give you about a minute to get there. Or
If
less.
you selected a loop cut and you already solidified it there, if you want to change it, what do you do?
You're going to okay, so you're gonna go to that loop cut, right? Let me zoom in a little bit to show you. You're gonna go to that loop cut. You're gonna hold the Alt button while your mouse is on that loop cut. Then you're gonna click. That's gonna select
I'm
all.
on a Mac, so what is that? Option or command or?
I think that'll be option.
Okay.
All right, so it's going to highlight all of those loop cuts. From that point, you'll hit G to grab those, and then you'll hit Z to move them up and down. And when you want it
I
where,
don't know. I don't think it's my thing. Look, I don't know. Something didn't went away. Let me do undo. Edit undo. Like my little grid is not even there anymore.
talking about this little grid behind you.
Yeah.
All right, up here on the top of your window, is this turned on? These two circles?
Two circles.
That's
These
cute.
little two circles up here at the top right hand corner?
Yeah, they turned on, but when I hit that option and tried to grab the loop cut, it made the grid go away. All I see is a little green, like a little green line or something.
Max. Hold on one moment.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, now on your screen you have that little eye at the top. I don't have that.
My little eye.
By edit mode, you're in the middle, that little blue. Do I need to be there?
Leave it out.
Come on, right here?
Yo,
Yeah.
you leave your beer.
Does
Yes.
that matter?
I got it.
Yes. Normally, when you go into making loop cuts, it automatically switches you to this to that view, well, to this mode.
Oh, I got the grid back. But okay, now. Oh, okay. I can hit one. Okay. So it wasn't option, so it must be command. Let me see if it's command.
One moment.
Nope.
Let's see, smack. One moment for me.
Okay.
Unless it's control.
That's cute.
Control R. It's Control R for you. This is the extensive list of keyboard shortcuts for Mac. It's in the chat. It's a link though that takes you to a site. If you're looking for a specific term, just hit Control F for find in your browser, and then just type in the first couple of letters of that shortcut. So anybody else having any issues or questions in regards to where we're at now? All right. Okay. So since you have your since you have your loop cuts in there, now we're gonna switch to a different mode. Up here where it says edit mode, I want you to go off to the right and you're gonna click face select,
3.
or you're gonna tap 3 on your numbers above your QWERTY. All right, so everyone now should be in face select. All right, so now once you're in face select mode, what I want you to do is you're going to zoom in a little bit. You're going to hover your mouse over one of your vertical lines. You're going to hold the Alt button and you're going to click to select all the faces around your cylinder. And you want to select the faces that's in the middle of your top cut loop cuts and your base loop cuts, the ones that's in the middle there.
You said selected it. You click on it and then do what?
You're going to hover your mouse over your one of your vertical lines. You're going to hold the Alt button, or I think in your case it'll be Option, and then you're going to click, and it's going to select all of those faces in that circle, well, in that cylinder. So you can, for a second, you can just hold Alt, and if you click on anywhere on one of those loop cuts, it'll select those in that line. Now, if you just click on the face itself or one of these lines, it'll select everything going vertically, but we want to get horizontal. So click on one of the vertical lines in that middle while holding either Alt or Option and click, and it should select all of the faces in that circle. If it doesn't, double check to make sure you're in face select mode, which is at the top left corner of your screen, right there to the left of the view button. All right, here, this one should be highlighted.
Of course, it's not doing it. Option, make an option. Nope.
All right. Or try in your, do you have a right click, Lena? Do you have a right click on your mouse?
Yep.
Try option and right click and see if it works for you.
No.
What about you, City? Is the same thing happening for you?
I actually I cheated and I used my trackpad. I'm sorry. I know that's a no-no, but I used Option in my trackpad and it worked fine.
Look, if you find a shortcut that works for you, it works for you.
For the record, I do have a 3-button mouse that I'm using, but I'm just so accustomed to the trackpad. So
Understand, understand. Were you able to highlight everything, Lena? Were you able to highlight it?
No, y'all go ahead, but no.
Okay, hold on. Try this instead. This is what I want you to do. You see up here where you got this X-ray button here, the one that has the two squares.
Mm-hmm.
Click the X-ray button. All right.
Okay.
See all of these dots that's in the middle? I want
Mm-hmm.
you to take your mouse and click outside of the object and drag and highlight all of those faces, and they'll highlight for you, and that'll highlight all the faces going around.
Okay, that worked.
All right, good deal. All righty. Okay, so now at this point, and we're gonna have to. Well, once this is over, we're gonna see what'll be your control and select all for you. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna scale this in. Now, if we scale, it's going to make it smaller as we scale in, just like we did, but just like we did before when we tried to scale. So if we right click, that brings us back to our default. But if we hit scale again, now we're going to hold shift and hit Z. That means that we want to scale everywhere except on the Z axis. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to hit S, and then you're going to hold shift and hit Z to subtract Z from your scaling. And then after that, scale in. Scale to about right there. So once again, let me undo. What we're going to do is we're going to hit S to scale, then we're going to hold shift, and then we're going to hit Z to subtract that, and then we scale in. Anytime you're anytime you're rotating, grabbing, or scaling, after you hit grab, rotate, or scale, if you hit shift in either Z, X, or Y, it will remove that axis from what you're either rotating, scaling, or moving.
Okay, I did something wrong. I might highlight, everything is gone. When I tried to scale it, my highlight is gone.
All right, undo and okay, so undo and get it back to your cylinder with everything.
I did the undo, and now it looks like I'm in wireframe.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, I
That's
know
fine.
what you
That's
did.
fine. All right,
Okay.
so in the top right hand corner of your screen, so you look like, are you looking similar to this right here?
Yes.
Looking like that? All right. So up here in the top right hand corner, you have this globe selected. Go over to the one right next to it and click it.
Okay. And click on the vertical.
You probably hit Shift Z instead of Control Z to undo. When you
Okay.
Shift Z, it shifts you between wireframe and your material.
Okay. So how do I get this highlighted again?
All right. So you want to hold Alt and click on either one of the center vertical lines to select around, or you can go to X-ray mode and highlight everything in that area. And after you
Mhm.
highlight everything in that area, you're
Mhm.
going to hit S to scale, and then you're going to hold Shift and hit Z to minus the Z plane, and then scale in.
That didn't work. Go on. I'll just watch the video. It didn't work. I did something wrong. Yeah.
All right. Okie dokie. So we are. Are you sure? Are you sure? Before we move on, are you? What did you what did you do?
Well, I tried to, whenever I try to scale it, every uh, it disappears. Like, I mean, the highlight and everything disappears.
So you okay? So you highlighted. So you did highlight everything in the highlight all of those. So all the squares like mine are highlighted, correct?
Right.
All right. And so then after that, you make sure you're not touching anything else. You just hit S. So what when you hit S, what happens?
I get the little line.
All right. Now hold the shift button and tap Z.
Okay.
And now move the mouse inward.
I know what I did. I did a click. I clicked it.
Nice, nice, good deal, good deal.
Okay. Oh, why did? Okay. I guess some of it is not highlighted. All right.
All right,
What is
so
it?
we're moving on now. So now we're gonna switch back to object mode. So you know how to switch back to object mode. We're gonna hit tab, or we're gonna go up here to object mode or to our modes and switch from edit mode to object mode. So now you should be in object mode, and
Mhm.
make sure that your object is highlighted orange. So what we're going to do now, we're going to apply a modifier to this because we want to have this looking, smooth and all of that. Now there are things that we could do to get it to that point instead of applying a modifier, but this modifier, if you guys are modeling,
Any more that chicken from Sunday?
excuse me,
The chicken from Sunday?
uh, Randy, I think you might have be unmuted there, bro.
No, that chicken you had Sunday. Like,
What?
huh?
Randy, you are unmuted, cuz. Randy. All right.
What
Let me turn
the
his volume down. If you right click on someone, if you right click on their name in the list, you'll see user volume. And if you want to, you can either turn them down or mute them because I don't think he hear us. So I'm
I'll
going to turn him
adjust some
down a
shit
little
up.
bit. All right. Okay. So moving on. All right. So now that you're in object mode, we're going to go and you have your object selected. We're going to go over here to our modifiers on the far right side. Our modifier will be the wrench. So you're going to click on the wrench and you're going to add a modifier. The modifier that we're going to work with today will be the subdivision surface. So you want to click it. It's going to make your cup look like this, like a little missile, like a little bomb or something.
Hold on for a second. When I click add modifier, I don't get that same. Click it again.
Click modifier and then you'll see this drop down and you'll go on the
Okay, it's not giving me that drop down immediately. What do I need to look for? It might be because
subdivision surface.
I didn't have it either, but if it was under generate for me.
Yeah, that's right.
okay.
Yeah, it's under generate underneath your.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
So anytime you go to add modifier, it's going to give you these four categories: modify, generate, deform, and physics. We're working underneath generate, and it'll be subdivision surface. So once you click it, you'll see this. You'll see your object take on a little funny shape. Over here underneath the levels viewport, we want to add some depth to it. So we're going to hit the levels viewport and change it to 2.
Kip,
Hmm.
when I hit that subdivision, like my entire thing went away.
Mine didn't go away, but my thing ain't shaped like yours.
No, my whole thing went away.
I still don't even see add modifier.
Interesting.
Like I can't even control Z to get back to anything. It's everything's gone.
Okay, so remove the subdivision modifier. Click that X right there. That's to the right of subdivision.
Nope. I don't have the same screen as you.
I don't have that either.
Share your screen, City.
Oh, wait. I removed it. And hold on. Okay, when I removed it, it came back. Okay. So when I clicked on it, it all went away. But when I removed it, it came back.
Share your screen, please.
Oh, there it is. Got it.
Are you working off of Discord the app or Discord the web version?
Discord the web version.
All right, stop sharing your screen because y'all you're not able to share your screen if I'm sharing mine. So stop sharing your screen. Give me 1 second, y'all. Be right back.
No problem. It's okay. I don't want to hold everyone up.
If you don't find this, so then it'll be difficult to find it in the future.
True.
That's why I would prefer.
I mean, it was there when I found the surface thing you told us to find under generators, but when I clicked on it, everything disappeared.
Okay, so go back to subdivision surface again and reapply. Make sure you.
The minute I click on it, everything goes away.
All right. Does your top look like this? Make sure that your modifier looks.
Yes, it looks exactly like that.
Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna have to check yours. I'm gonna have to check yours separately as well. All right, okay. All right, so moving on. All right, so if you have your subdivision modifier applied, make sure that you have 2 levels in the viewport here. And it should look similar to this little hot air balloon missile thingy. All right, so now that that's applied, what we want to do now, we want to go back to edit mode. So let's all go back to edit mode. And you do that by either, once again, hitting tab or going up to edit mode and switching between edit and object mode. So we're back in edit mode. So now you will see the original shape of the wireframe of the cup that we're making. All right.
My shape didn't change.
My shape didn't get round.
Yeah, mine didn't get round either.
And your subdivision surface modifier looks exactly like mine. All the buttons are checked. That are checked like mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this
mine look more like a cup.
Exactly.
Than a round thing.
Are you working off of the web version of Discord?
Who, me? No.
Are you able to share your screen with
me?
me?
You know what? I'm not on Discord, but I can get on there. I'm on Discord on my tablet because I'm watching my tablet and doing my Mac. Let's see.
No, it's okay because on your Mac, do you have the app Discord or do you have or are you going to the web version?
I think this the app.
Okay, all right. Because if yours is doing similar to Cities, then yeah, we want to take a look at that.
Like I see how you have that outline there of like see the gray outline that you have. That's exactly what I have. I don't have that inside piece that you have.
Are you also on this tab here?
Yep.
At the top right?
I am. My screen looks exactly like yours, but my thing doesn't look like yours.
Let me see your screen. I can switch back to your Blender. Oh, you shared the Discord window instead of your PC window. Um, is that your screen I'm looking at or mine? Oh, Lena, Lena, I can't hear you. Your mic is muted.
Oh, okay.
Um, you
Okay,
see,
let me make this small. This small. Exit full screen.
all
Because
right. You see, if you bring your mouse back over into your Discord window, you see down there where it says "Stop streaming." There's a little drop down arrow. Oh, I,
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
can you share the screen again? Anytime you want to change screens, this little drop down arrow right here, all you do is click on it.
Okay, now you see it.
Yes,
Right.
yes, I do. Okay, so all right, so the thing is with yours is the stem is a little bit is a little bit too short. What I want you to do is hit one on your numbers above the Q. Hit the one on your numbers above the Q.
Okay, one.
Okay, so okay, that's right. You're on the Mac. It doesn't work. Okay, so at the top left hand corner, right beside edit mode, go into vertex mode, which is the dot. Click the dot.
What dot? Okay, I see edit mode.
And then right to the right, that little square that has the dot in it.
Gotcha.
Yes. Okay. So now you see the your stem, right? The top of your stem. I want you to highlight all those dots that's around the top of your stem. Just drag a.
You talking about down here or up here?
Well, I can't see your mouse. Your mouse is hidden. I can't see your mouse. I don't know where your mouse is.
Oh, you can't see my mouse. It's like a little plus. Oh, okay, I thought you could see it. When you say stem, you mean at the top of the cup
Uh,
or the bottom?
no, yeah, the stem. You know, the stem is the handle in which you grab. You know what I'm saying? The stem of the cup. So the top of the stem. I need you to draw a big. I need you to draw a box around those. If you look at my screen real quick, let me show you real quick. This area right here. Draw a box around this area right there.
If I sent you a screenshot of mine so that you could see it.
Okay. Now hit G Z and move that up some. Up. Yep. There you go. Good deal. Good deal.
Right
That's it.
there?
Yep. That's good. Yep. All right. Okay. Cool. All righty. And then now you can switch back to edge mode, which is the middle button between the dot and the face select. Yep. And you can, well, let's see. You can come out of X-ray mode. You're in X-ray mode right now. X-ray mode is the to the that button. Yeah, there you go. All right, cool. Good deal. However, the top of yours looks kind of funny. Why is it so sharp up there at the top? Do you have two edge loops that's up there?
I don't know.
You might have two edge loops, which is actually fine because we're gonna edge loop up there towards the top anyway. All right, let's see here. Let's see.
Who's that Blue Moon? Who's the other one that got the Mac? Does yours look like mine? Hers was like a cup too. I don't know why I was doing it. I think she sent you a picture.
I'm looking at
I
it.
actually I'm on a Mac, but I'm actually boot camped over to PC, so I'm using PC version on Windows. But for some reason I'm missing the entire interior portion. I'm only having the outside, but my screen looks exactly like Kip's as far
I'm
as
look,
commands go.
I see it now. This is strange. You're in a wireframe mode, but you're not in wireframe.
Yeah, mine looks like a chess piece, but I'm just gonna chalk that up to it be having character.
So your screen looks correct, City. It's showing a mode. It's showing that you're in wireframe mode, but you're not in wireframe mode, which is funny.
Not
Um,
that funny. It's not
we're
funny at
gonna have
all.
to, we're gonna have to take a closer look at yours at another time. This
Okay, that's fine.
oh my God, freaking Max, man. Okay, so continuing on, we're gonna get out of X-ray mode here. Your screen should look similar to mine. All right. So now what we're gonna do now, right? We're going to give this. We're gonna sculpt this to more of a cup shape. All right. So what we're gonna do is right between underneath the bottom of the cup portion here, we're gonna add a loop cut, and you're gonna see it start to take a different shape. So if I pull the loop cut out, it goes to make it more rounder, well, not more, but more boxy towards the edges, right? So I can put a loop cut there if I want to, which I am. I'm gonna put a loop cut there, and then I'm gonna add another loop cut inside and go towards the base of the cup. So about right there, I'm gonna add another loop cut. So remember, to rotate around, you're gonna hold your middle mouse wheel to rotate around, or you can go here and grab it and grab the Y axis here and move around in that circle right there to rotate if you want to. All right. So remember, loop cut. Let me undo my loop cuts. I'm going to add a loop cut again underneath the bottom here of my cup, and I'm going to push out a little bit, and I'm going to go in the same area, add another loop cut, and I'm going to push in a little bit, just like that. All right. So now we're gonna the same type of loop cuts that we put up there. We're gonna also apply to the bottom. So Control R for a loop cut. We're gonna kind of go in a little bit on that one. We're gonna add another loop cut, and we're gonna come out, not all the way to the edge, but just a little bit to the edge there. Mhm. That's a loop cut underneath the bottom cup portion and at the bottom of the stem, that area there. Loop cuts.
How do you make it go in?
Once you click on it, once you make your loop cut, all you do is just push and pull.
Yeah, that's not working. Okay. I'll just,
But once you actually make the loop cut, you have to click on it to lock it in to move it though. Remember, once you make the loop cut, you do another left click to lock it in to move it, and then when you're satisfied with where it's at, then you do another left click to lock in the position.
mm, okay. This was funny. Okay, go ahead.
Nah. Alright. But the more times you do it, I promise you, so you'll get better at it.
A
All
naughty
right, so
stop.
All right, so now we're gonna go here towards the bottom here. This is the bottom of the base. We're gonna put a nut. We're gonna put a loop cut in the middle right there. We're gonna lock it in to move it, and then we're gonna push down a little bit to give this more of a more defined shape.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, let me take my cavity off real quick. There we go. Turn on the cavity. Mhm. So that's where we're at now. Mhm. So now what we're going to do for this top portion, Lena's already has this type of shape at the top, but we're going to make the same shape that she already has. You're going to put another loop cut in the middle right here, and then you're going to push up almost towards the top. All right. Now, after you do this, make sure that after you do that,
Excuse me, Kip. I have a quick question.
sure.
Should we maybe hit save just in case what somebody has an issue and they don't have to go all the way back from the beginning?
Oh,
Yeah.
yo, save. Always, yeah, save. Always save.
I'm jokingly saying that, but that's from experience. I can't tell you how many times something has crashed or had an issue and lost work. So
Make sure you save. Make sure you save. Make sure you and also file organization. Make sure you save this in your Blender project file folder.
I don't know if I want to save it.
Girl, you better say that.
Mr. Tafanati.
You better say that pot. Boy. I think on this loop cut here, I'm gonna take that one up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. A little bit more of a rounder shape on the bottom right there. And see, and keep in mind, you can always mess with these loop cuts. You know what I'm saying? You can move them up and down. You know what I'm saying? You can scale them. You know what I'm saying? If you want to give your cup a more stranger shape, you know what I'm saying? You can do that. You know what I'm saying? So have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to look exactly like mine. Just as long as you know what I'm saying, you're getting the process down and getting to a point to where we're gonna watch the video a couple of times and make a couple of these. I promise you, you make a couple of these, it's gonna dawn on you. You're gonna do something. It's gonna click. All right. So at this point now, what we want to do is we want to go to face select. We want to be in face select mode now, and we want to select the top of the cup. All right. So now, when you're talking about closed loops, you can't loop cut it. We do something called placing an inset. So if you have the top of your cup selected, make sure you're in face select mode up here, and then select the top of it. You're going to hit I, and that's going to give you a closed cut. So what we want to do is we want to do a small one about right there. You know what I'm saying? And then while that other face that we just made is still selected, we're going to press I again to do another inset. It's about right there. All right. Okay, so now this next part is kind of tricky because we want to put a the cup portion in here. So we're going to hit 1 on the number pad to get an orthographic front. And if you can't hit 1, remember, go over here to orthographic view over here, hit Hit the orthographic view, then select one of these X axes, and it'll snap you to it. Either way is fine. All right, now what we want to do is make sure you have that top selected before you go into orthographic view. Make sure this top is selected. Or, you know what? Well, yeah. Since I already told you guys that. Yeah, orthographic view. Make sure that top is selected. Go up here to X-ray mode and turn on X-ray mode.
Mhm.
And make sure you're in X-ray mode because we want to see what we're about to extrude. All right, so if you're looking at it from the front view in X-ray mode, we're going to tap E now. E, you're not going to see a line or none of that. Just tap E. Oh, why am I eating tap? Hold on, hold up, cuz. Okay, there we go. You're going to tap E and you're going to see a blue line come up. Your mouse is going to turn to the directional pointer. If this does not happen, let me know.
Wait a minute, I'm kind of lost. If I want to rotate this cup, what mode do I need to be in? I wanted to try to make sure I had the top selected, and then somehow
Oh,
it's not rotating.
just hold your middle mouse wheel and just move and just rotate up. Make sure you're in an area that's not, well, you know, your mouse is like in an empty area or it could be on it, but just make sure you're seeing this plus icon. And just,
Okay, so it's selected now, and you said what was the? Okay, I have the top selected. You said go into X-ray mode.
yes. Is it
Okay.
now when you go into X-ray mode? Is it still selected? Do you still see it highlighted?
Yes.
All right. So now hit this orthographic view over here on the side, and then tap one of these red spears to go into orthographic faced mode. All right, now if you're in the orthographic face mode, now hit E for extrude. You're going to see a blue solid line come up going all the way down the middle. And from that point, pull your mouse down. You're going to see an image of the cup extruding down. So you want to bring it down till it's about, till it's about in a good area, and then lock it in. Don't worry about the faces coming through the cup. That's not what you should be worried about. You want to make sure that the actual part that you're extruding is still inside of the cup, this little area right here.
Mhm.
So if I was to go back and now if I was to come out of X-ray mode now and look at the top of the cup, we've extruded it in. Okie dokie. So just for good measure, everyone quickly switch over to object mode for me real quick. Now while in object mode, you're not going to see none of your grid lines except for your main grid. I want you to make sure that your object is selected. I want you to right click on it. All right. And this is your object context menu. We want to go to shade smooth and select that. And that'll make your cup have the appearance of having a smooth shade to it. And guess what? That's it. for this portion of the for this portion of the class, but just to get to this part, you know what I'm saying? We just do the cup first, and then we will do curves. Jackie will handle curves on Thursday.
Okay.
And wham bam.
Hmm.
So Kip, even though my thing looked like it was in wire mode the whole time, I still did all of the commands that you said, because other than the actual cup itself, everything else looked exactly like what you were doing. And now that we went into object mode, like my wireframe little thing went away,
Hmm.
but there's a little center to my screen. So I'm wondering if it actually does exist somewhere. It's just not visible.
That is, and you're using 4.0, right?
Yes.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
But everything you said to do, I was doing along with you, and it was showing up in that wireframe mode. It just did not show the cup itself. But now that I hit out of, now that we're in object mode, I don't have, right now on my screen, I don't have any image. But we know something's there because I had the, like I was able to do the hollow out part, all of that.
That's crazy. Send me a screenshot.
Of what I see right now, I see nothing. I just see the grid.
The one of in edit mode. Send me a screenshot of in edit mode.
Okay.